Hello and welcome to 5 Year Club video number 146, Romance Edition. I struggled to come up with a topic today, but while scrounging around, I did find an interesting website, I thought. This is costofwedding.com, and it has a way of estimating the cost of a wedding in different zip codes. So I put in 2 zip codes, where I live, San Jose, and also where I grew up, Lilburn, Georgia. All right, so let's talk about this a little bit. How much does it cost to have a wedding in San Jose, California? The average cost in San Jose, California is $39,536. Couples typically spend between $30,000 and $50,000 for their wedding. A single guest could add between $282 or $345 to the total cost of your wedding. And it looks like this $39,000 figure is targeting a wedding between 50 and 100 people, according to this kind of count below. Man, number of guests more than 300, and your wedding cost $120,000 to $200,000. Even though like $200,000, that's only a down payment on a house here. You can either have a giant wedding or the down payment on a house. I guess if your family can afford to have this giant wedding, that house is taken care of. No, I don't recommend that. It's toxic. All right, so well, what do you have to pay for this wedding? Let's see, we got attire, dress, accessories, tuxedo, wedding dress, hair service, makeup service, manicure and pedicure, DJ MC, entertainment lighting, special lighting, a live band, musician, soloist, or ensemble, which is separate from the live band, bouquets of flowers, boutonnieres, corsages, event decorations, event flowers and arrangements, event table centerpieces. Mari, why are you meowing so much? What are you saying? Are you gonna hop up on the couch? All right, we'll see how that drama goes out. Yeah, so event table centerpieces, cool. All right, gifts for attendants, gifts for parents, tips for all service, wedding favors, ceremony programs, engagement announcements, guest book, invitations and reply cards, postage, reception menus, save the date cards, table name and escort place cards, thank you cards, bracelet, earrings, engagement ring, necklace, wedding ring band for her, wedding ring / band for him, digital or photo CD DVD, engagement session, photo booth, prints or enlargements, wedding albums or photo books, wedding photographer, wedding videographer, planner consultant, a la carte services. What does that even mean? Day of coordinator, which is a separate person than the planner consultant. For getting started, full service, month of... What the heck is this? All right, I'll look at that. Full service, month of direction, okay. Ceremony officiator, event accessories, event bar service, event food service, event location, event rentals, hotel room for after reception, limo rental, other transportation, rehearsal dinner, wedding cake dessert. Oh, I'll pay for that. $529 for a wedding cake. All right, let's read what this is. For getting started. Okay, I don't even know what getting started is yet. Okay, I guess I'll have to research this wedding stuff, understand what's going on. Okay, pre-planning, venue touring. All right. Anyway, so you can see there's a lot of stuff. And, I think what occurs to me that's not on this list is premarital counseling. given the divorce rate, which is tremendous, it's incredibly expensive to pick the wrong partner. And so it's worth it if you're going to spend $40,000 on a party to celebrate spending your life with someone, that you go through the counseling to be really sure that someone is the right someone, and that you're on the same page about, living together for 50 years, because $40,000 is cheap compared to what divorce will cost or can cost. The other thing I guess I would say is that I don't think a $40,000 wedding or $25,000 wedding or whatever it is a terrible thing if you have the money. If it is proportionally a small amount of your net worth, right? So how would I even phrase that? Well, I would say that you likely would need to look at your net worth after subtracting the $40,000 or $25,000 or whatever it is, and you say, am I still on track for retirement? Do I still have emergency savings? Am I still on track for saving for a home? And if you have all those boxes checked, then spending this money, isn't going to derail your long-term plans. And so if that's what you want to spend your money on rather than a sailboat or whatever it is, okay. That's fine. Weddings are fun. But if you're giving up one of these long-term goals in order to have this very expensive party, because remember, if you're getting married young, that $40,000 is $40,000 plus the investment opportunity costs over, say, 30 years. That's really $120,000 just for the average wedding. It's a very expensive wedding. If you're giving up one of these long-term goals, I mean, it's one thing to have a great party on a weekend. It's another thing to have a house someday. It's another thing to be able to retire someday. And when you retire, you get to retire for years, not for just one weekend. So I think that, you have to talk with everybody involved, because some people, their parents are helping them pay for the wedding cost, and I think that's reasonable. You have to talk with everybody involved, and you got to decide what are your long-term goals and what is the criteria, what's the formula that you're going to use to calculate how much you can spend on a wedding, and do it that way. Do it from a long-term planning perspective, because you're planning to spend the rest of your life with someone. Know how much money you're going to need for everything, and work that backwards until you find kind of what would be appropriate to spend now, and then plan within that budget. You can also do things like you can say, we're going to have a smaller ceremony now, but if we can hit this financial milestone and this financial milestone, then we can throw a bigger party at this future date. And that's how we're going to celebrate us. We're going to have a party now, yes, but we're also going to work hard for our shared goals and our shared life together. And when we find success in that, then we're going to celebrate even more. And I think that that's a great way to do things. That's a great idea to consider. Not that I am a wedding or romance expert by any stretch of the imagination. Same thing goes with a wedding ring, by the way. I think that those wedding rings are very expensive, and I don't personally want a really expensive wedding ring, but if I married someone that wanted a nice wedding ring, okay, if that's what you want. But we have to decide on kind of like how this is going to fit in with our long-term goals, because at the end of the day, it's a piece of jewelry, and a piece of jewelry isn't near the top of the list usually, in terms of getting financial freedom and happiness in your life. And so you got to decide, okay, what are the criteria? What financial goals do we need to hit as a couple before we can kind of dump more money into jewelry? Yeah. And then, of course, there's all this interesting stuff with jewelry in terms of, like, where do you get the diamond from? Are you paying retail? I think diamonds are actually retail, are one of the highest marked up things that there is. So if you're looking to make a lot of money, diamonds have a really high markup, and so you have very low inventory cost for, a big profit per sale. Of course, they're expensive, so it's hard to sell, and I'm sure there's lots of competition in that industry too. Yeah, I think, that's going to be it for 5-Year Club video number 146. Think about the framework that you want to use to decide what to spend on a wedding so that you're prioritizing your entire life and not just this next thing that happens on your journey together. And maybe for fun, like check out what weddings cost in Alaska. Alaska. Yeah, I'm kind of curious, like, what is the cheapest possible wedding place? Gerlach, Nevada. That's a zip code that might be the cheapest possible wedding place. All right, that's it for video number 146. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a fabulous evening.